and the Mike Westbrook Memorial for the Knoxville National. They're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide, green flag, showtime, the Knoxville Nationals are green.
And good welcome. It's Thursday Night Thunder in the Coast to Coast Racing League. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV, and the Coast to Coast Racing Network welcomes you to the 358 small block division here, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies. And we're at the I-55 Raceway tonight, and oh man, it is going to be a good one. You're going to see guys possibly hook up that bottom. You know, some of the names I was gonna say aren't necessarily here and there. As I say that, the 32, he just pops up on the board, gonna put in his first time. He's a bottom feeder. That's one of the guys you really gotta keep your eye on tonight at I-55. Speaking of him, we're gonna go see if we can maybe let his paint load up here, that FTM machine, and take a look at some of these guys. Jeff Barker there, he's on the inside, coming to a stop in that 513 right now. We got Randall Dixon also coming to a stop, so a little bit of the broadcaster's curse here. Everybody I pull up decides to take a little break. They don't want any screen time. But Trevor Giroux right now at the top of the speed charts, and right now I have it split up. Let's go ahead, let's show you what their times are and look at the track a little bit. You know, Anthony Morano, you saw, he newer here to this session, jumping in there right now, just 12th. That may be all the track has left in it. You're seeing little shiny spots here, especially on entry. And if you're hammered down going through those suckers there as we get a little better view here, it's tough to keep that thing under control. So really having to burp that throttle on entry, not able to drive it in as deep as you'd like. And you're just not going to see that huge lap time. And, you know, as we roll on the night, obviously times are only going to get slower here. We don't reset the track. We don't do any track work. If anything, the drivers go out and tear up the track a little bit more in our warm-up here. But, you know, if you're out there watching, hey, I appreciate it. July 4th here in the States, and we all know, biggest upset of all time when the 13 colonies knocked out the champions, Great Britain. I mean, that was a good one for us. Got to be happy about that, and got to celebrate it. And I'm glad you guys are doing it here with us, slinging a little mud here at I-55. That's a good way to celebrate. Don't know how many of our drivers would pass a required breathalyzer test. That would be interesting to note of here. Some people may have been partying all day here, as we'll only find out as the night goes on. But right now, top 4 guys all on the track, so they're still, you know, they've got the quickest speeds, but they know the track's ever-changing here, and they want to make sure that they are out on the track to experience the track changes, to know where to go in qualifying. Qualifying in here, it's make or break. With the invert, you know, they might be playing for maybe 8th, 7th spot, trying to start up front on a heat if they think it's hard to pass. There's a lot of gamesmanship going on here that, you know, isn't always discussed, but, you know, some of the better guys, they are aware of it, and they try to make sure that, you know, they put themselves in as good of a chance as they can here to start up front for a feature. And McLaren, it looks like he's gonna go take a little break. Chatham, Ontario, man, Trevor Giroux in the 075. He's gonna stay out here for at least another lap or two. He is a quick man right now. So. Sorry to Jake Henry. Let's actually, we'll go on board with him here for a lap so you can just see a little bit. Try to point out for you. So right there, you know, where it looks like somebody almost dumped the watering can there, you know, it starts to slick up, and you just lose all that traction there. You've got to watch out and make sure you're not entering into that. Jake Henry, you see, he's testing out. He's going to go up high, try to keep the left rear out of it even. Really try to see all that he can get. Here, we'll put up their most recent times, actually. No, it's going to be misleading. Not everybody's on the track, but Jake Henry, let's see. Last time by at 12:88. So Trevor Giroux used a 12:83 when he pulled off. Let's see what Michael Vecchio is running on. 12:93. So 5,000ths. Or, I mean, 500ths, you know, that's recognizable, obviously, in racing. Not a huge amount, though, is, you know, it shows right now everybody's pretty similar. Now, Michael Vecchio, he's going to go down to the middle bottom here. Let's see what time this is. Last time was a 12:93. This time by 13:13. So, going to lose 0.2 of a second by going to the bottom. And, you know, this is the time to experiment with that. That's what you're going to see the more experienced drivers do. I am going to step away here real quick, 40-second break, but we're going to leave you with the sights and sounds here of Brandon Templeton. Hopefully he's nice here and stays on the track, but I will be right back. Talk about perfect timing. I get back right as Brandon Templeton and Michael Vecchio decide to take a little break here. Let's see if we can find somebody in another room. There we go. Who is that? Is that Patrick? Craig Bristol's pulling out for us. Sorry about that. Thought we were having some technical difficulties. See, everything's okay. It was a false alarm here. It's Craig Bristol. He's newer to the league here, you know, coming in this season. And actually, here, why I'm doing this, I should have had this up, but I wanted to make sure I had the script up. This is a perfect time here while I'm dilly-dallying around to read off the points here for the 358 modifieds. And right now, you know, you had talked about it last week and a little bit tonight, or last night if you watched the broadcast. Dino is at Land of Legends Raceway with the normal broadcaster and my partner on Monday night, Marty Sakala. They are, you know, experiencing a little real-life racing, so they're a little busy tonight. And Dino, he is the points leader right now. We do have drop week, so it will all maybe equal out a little bit for him. Dylan Kinsey, he's currently P2 in points. I don't see Dylan in here either. We may have a couple of people here missing. Randy Shreves, not seeing him on the list. Michael Vitale is here, so 4th place in points is the first person here, and then Kurt Schatzer is literally 1 point behind him in 5th place. Kurt Schatzer is also here, so see how the points are definitely going to shake up after tonight, and it's going to be one of those things that, thank God, Patrick Spangler, you know, makes the big bucks for doing all these points and figuring out drop weeks. So Patrick Spangler, he's going to have some work to do here at the end of the season to calculate who we got and make sure we know who's in contention here in a couple weeks. But we're not even halfway through the season, almost halfway through. Got a long ways to go here in the coast-to-coast summer season. You know, once again, just huge shout out to Flatline Racing Bodies. We wouldn't be able to put on these broadcasts if not for the sponsors. And you know, Coast to Coast is always looking for sponsors. So if you're interested in getting your brand out there, you know, we can throw you in a promo video. Heck, I can rotate your logo on the top of the screen with Coast to Coast. We will figure something out for you. As long as you know, the dollar amount looks right for the league, we'll try to help each other out. And speaking of helping each other out, they're helping me out. They're moving this show along. Here we go into qualifying. I'm going to move away who we're watching. I will tell you who we're watching because we want to pay attention to the bottom of the screen here. You know, green is your fastest personal sector time, so everybody's going to have green this first lap. But the few select may show purple, and that's what you want. You want purple. That's quickest sector out of anybody in the room, and that's probably going to lead to you getting the pole. But we're going to follow Anthony Morano here for lap number 1. Run the high side here in 1 and 2, trying to find all that he can. You may see him go to the bottom here to start lap number 2. I'm anxious to see, but it did look like, if you remember, the best times were up high. But yeah, here he goes. He's going to try the bottom lap number 2 here. Let's see. We're kind of dedicated to this man in the 32. We got to see if he improves his time from the high side. And Anthony Morano, he does by 500ths. But Samuel Bachman right now, he is on the pole, and does he go faster the second time around? Yes, he does. Samuel Bachman, Jeff Barker in the 5:13 in 5th. Dan McLaren's most recent lap's going to bring him home 11th. Let's see here. Craig Bristol actually completing lap number 1. Where's Craig going to go? He's going to move to 16th. See Kurt Schatzer here. He comes out of 3 and 4, going to complete lap number 1. Kurt Schatzer with a 12.84. That's going to put him 5th place right now. He's going to be happy with that. See, he's slower through Sector 1. As you see that orange, slower through Sector 2. So Superman Kurt Schatzer, he's going to have to hold on to that 5th. But looks like everybody's got their times in. Samuel Bachman in the 107. He's going to be the pole sitter. Brian Dickens qualified 2nd. Brandon Templeton 3rd. Randall Dixon 4th. Kurt Schatzer rounding out the top 5. To finish out the top 10, Jeff Barker, Anthony Morano, Patrick Spangler, Chris Alvey, Trevor Giroux, and the rest of the field will... Well, we're not going to worry about that because we're going in to heat number 1 here. And I lost my place here. Heat number 1 is presented by Gambler Motorsports. Let's read off the starting grid here, and starting on the pole is going to be the 075 of Trevor Giroux, and is outside the 32, the Ant-Man Anthony Morano. Inside of row number 2, got the 11 of Randall Dixon, and is outside the 107, and your fastest qualifier, Samuel Bachman. Rounding out the field tonight in row number 3, you've got the 171 of Jake Henry, and the 75 of Steven Bixler. Let's see here. It's going to be a big start here for the 75. He's going to probably want to pounce up top as soon as he can here. Going to throw it. Big slider on the 32, and he's going to have enough momentum. With the 32, Anthony Morano, he's going to look down low. We're side by side in the middle of 3 and 4, but the Ant-Man just runs out of steam here. He's got to think about trying to maybe tuck in line behind that 75. The Samuel Bachman in the 107 here. We were almost 3 wide in the middle of 3 and 4 for the lead. As he's looking to get aggressive here, he's trying a line nobody else has had any success with so far. Samuel Bachman looking to see if he has what it takes to... Oh! Trevor Giroux in the wall a little bit, and that's really going to open the door for the 107 of Samuel Bachman. He's got to think about getting aggressive here in the middle of 3 and 4. Not enough room to throw a slider, and he's going to run out of steam going down the front stretch, but he's got to send it in there right now. He's got him clear. He's going to move up, and we got a new leader here as the white flag is ready to fly here at I-55. Samuel Bachman's looking for a clean final lap here. He's going to leave the top shelf open for Trevor Giroux, but he's not going to have any room here as the Ant-Man's going to look under for P2. Oh, your winner, Samuel Bachman, followed by Trevor Giroux, Anthony Morano, Randall Dixon, Jake Henry, and the mayor, Steven Bixler. Man, there was a lot of action up front here, heat number 1. The track was definitely racy. You could see that. But it would have been tough, I believe, for him to pull that off if not for the mistake of Trevor Giroux getting into the outside wall. Just not a lot of momentum on the high side, but we'll have to see how the rest of the night goes. There's the starting grid here for heat number 2, sponsored by Regency Home Inspections. Starting on the pole is going to be the 213 of Michael Vitale, and it is outside the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. The inside of row number 2, we've got Superman Kurt Schatzer, and it is outside in the 122, we have Brian Dickens. Running out the field in row number 3, we've got the 00 of Harold Klump, and it is outside the 007 of Michael Vector. The field will come around here for a short pace lap at I-55. We will be going green this time by as Michael Vitale is going to look to try to get up high as quick as he can, we'd imagine here. But Patrick Spangler with a great start here. He's going to look to try to, he washed up too high in 1 and 2, and now he's going to open the door here for Superman. Superman's looking to go from third to second here as they're almost 3 wide for P2. The 122 was a meat and that sandwich. He's looking to go high and handsome around the 218 of Kurt Schatzer, but Kurt Schatzer, he's going to shut the door and try to follow the 39. Michael Vitale, meanwhile, out front. He will be, if he has a good finish here, your points leader after this one. So he's looking to make a statement here, maybe trying to get a win here. Look at him racing back here. Harold Klump's looking under Superman here for P4. Side by side for second and fourth as Patrick Spangler's going to work on Brian Dickinson. Harold Klump is trying to get by the 218 of Superman. Coming out of turn 4, though, your leader Michael Vitale is looking to take the green flag, and it looks like possibly I may be having some connection issues because everyone is lagging, and this is not going to be good. We are going to look at my connection quality here and get a little iRacing behind the scenes. So my quality is at 100. I am not too sure what is going on here. So scoring, I believe I closed out here, lost it. We're going to go to a quick intermission video while I reload back up the session here. Sorry about that.
Raceway, they're lean, they're mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. Here come the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League Sprint Cars and the Mike Westbrook Memorial for the Knoxville Nationals. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Green, Spangler, green flag, showtime, the Knoxville Nationals are green.
The Coast to Coast Racing League, in partnership with Dylan Westbrook Racing and Malcolm's Mills Mill Ready, are proud to present the 5th annual Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals for the Steve King Foundation. July 22nd to July 25th, 4 days of Knoxville action using the actual Knoxville Nationals point system. Over $500 in payouts as well as loads of door prizes. $15 for Coast to Coast members. $20 for non-Coast to Coast members with a max I rating of 3,000. All registration fees go directly to the Steve King Foundation. Feel free to donate more. Open Setup 360s with all races at the Knoxville Raceway. The event will be open to the first 100 drivers. All races will be broadcasted on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. For more info, log on to www.c2crl.com. It's showtime!
Okay, so somehow my iRacing decided to lock me out real quick. I'm going to have to do a quick computer restart here. The stream will be right back live here in about